Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Yeah, so I hope you're gonna like my channel, you're gonna subscribe and kindly share because I'm trying to look for viewers, I'm trying to look for followers, I'm trying to look for subscribers. Right? They say a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. So I've never posted any baking videos like from the start to the end. So today we wanna start. I'm going to do vanilla cake. Vanilla cake procedure, right? So this is a 1 kg vanilla cake that I have. So you can see I have everything that I've shown you before, right? So there I have like all-purpose flour. I don't recommend any because I use any flour that I have. I also have desiccated coconut. I have my buttered margarine. I have eggs. I also have milk powder. I also have my baking powder. I have sodium bicarbonate. I also have milk and sour milk or vinegar. It's called heavy cream milk, right? So as you can see, I also have my kitchen scale. So for you to have accurate measurements, you need to use a kitchen scale. I have my hand mixer. I've not gotten the stand mixer, but very soon we're gonna have our stand mixer. So we will be mixing when we're standing, right? Like just watching, we don't have to use a lot of force. So I have my stand mixer there. I don't know how this is called, but it is used to separate the egg yolk from the egg whites, right? So that is everything that I have, and then I have my mixing bowl with me. So let us start doing the measurements, right? I also have sugar. Actually, I was forgetting that I have sugar. So I'm gonna measure 200 grams of margarine in my using my measuring scale, and then I'm also gonna have 200 grams of sugar. So let's measure 200 grams of sugar, and then after that, after measuring the 200 grams of sugar, you can restart your scale by just pressing the start button. It's gonna go back to 0, right? So that you don't have to measure everything one by one, right? But if you have that time, you can just measure it one by one. So this video has not been edited in any way. It is the way it is, right? So please just make sure you watch it until the end, right? I need that watching time. So I'm also going to measure 200 grams of margarine or butter, right? Unsalted butter. After that, I'm just going to put everything separate, right? So after measuring the margarine and sugar, you can see I've just measured them and placed them in one bowl. That is if you want to just keep your place, like you don't have to use a lot of things, right? So that is what you can do. You can just mix them together, right? So that one is done. So my next procedure is what else do I need to measure? I also need to measure the flour that I'll be using to do the baking, right? So make sure that you use a very dry container in measuring your flour, right? So you measure the weight of the container, and then after that you restart your scale so that you get the exact weight of whatever you're measuring, right? So this time I used eggs. It is an all-purpose flour. So I measure 300 grams, right? So I'm gonna measure 300 grams of all-purpose flour. So sometimes you have to be accurate in order to get the good result that you want, right? So after that, I'm gonna come in with all the dry ingredients. I have my baking powder. I'm gonna measure 1.5 teaspoonful, and then after measuring 1.5 teaspoon, I'm also gonna have my sodium bicarbonate. Yeah, is it bicarbonate? Yeah, but bicarbonate, I don't use a lot of it. I just use it to help in the breakdown of the sour milk or the vinegar, right? So you just take a pinch, you just put a pinch on it, and then that is just enough for that. I really don't have a particular measurement for that. I just put a pinch because it is very, very, very strong, and it's very strong rising agents. After that, I'm gonna put a pinch of salt on it, and then those are dry ingredients, so I just put a little pinch of salt, because remember, salt, you can feel salt so fast, so you don't put a lot. Then I also have my milk powder. Yeah, this cake was just a very delicious cake, and because there are a lot of ingredients, I used a lot of things there, like additional things, so where you just know how the milk powder is so costly. So after that, oh, forgetting, I also had my vegetable oil there. So this vegetable, I always use vegetable to keep my cake moist and fluffy, right? So that is where how I do what I use my vegetables. So here I come with my eggs. So if I want to, mostly if I want to get a fluffy cake, I always separate the egg yolks and the whites are separate. So I'll have to do like the egg yolks in a container, and then after that I put the whites also in a separate container. So initially I just used to use my hand. You just know the way it's so hectic to use your hand to separate the egg yolks from the whites, right? So this time I have something, I don't know how it is called, but it's really helping me. It's really helping me a lot. So you can see the way it easily like does the separation, right? Guys, just tell me where you're watching my video from, and so that at least I can shout out to you. And hey, I'm trying to look for subscribers, so share this video with your friends, share this video with your family, with everyone, and just post a comment on anything that you think I should be doing to improve my baking tips. This is just a basic one. We're just starting with new, so they say with pole pole to pole pole ndio mwendo. That means that there is no rush, right? So everything will just fall into place someday. So let us continue like with where we left. I was just separating the egg yolks from the whites, right? I put them separately. Guys, this cake is so nice. This cake is so nice because all the measurements are like just separate. So I forgot to say the eggs that I used there. I used 3 eggs at room temperature, right? So after that, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start mixing my things just right away, just because everything is in place, right? And then the flour, since we have mixed it, the dry ingredients, try to mix it together using the whisk so that the powder, the bicarbonate, everything is mixed and evenly mixed inside. And hey, remember that during when we will be adding our flour, we will be using a sieve to sieve it, right? So I'm just going to just use my hand mixer to beat in the egg yolks. Is it the egg yolks? No, to beat in the egg whites until it is foamy, like until it forms a white is it called a white precipitate? I don't know, but it's gonna form a white, it's gonna be foamy and stiff peaks, right? So let's see how it comes out, guys. I'm still reminding us that let us just support each other in this channel. We all need support, right? So if you also have your friends, that just refer your friends to come and support my page. You can also do your orders. Whoever wants to do any orders, just drop on the comment section so that if you like my work, just also you just need to just comment on the comment section so that I see if anyone sees my work, right? I also watch my video to the end so that at least I'm able to see the comments and what everyone else wants. So our egg whites is ready. We've already beaten it, and you can see it can't even fall, like it won't split out because it is stiffy there, right? So after that, we're just going to go straight away to our baking, right? So we're gonna mix we are going to do the mixing. I'm gonna beat together the, what do we call it, margarine and the sugar together. So this one we're gonna do until Just beat it until it's foamy, like it forms fluffy. It gets so fluffy, right? Just continue, like we will beat this until it mixes together, and then until it's fluffy, right? We need to get that fluffy consistency, otherwise you're not going to get a good cake or a spongy cake, right? If we don't, we are gonna get ugali in the end. So just ensure that your margarine or butter and your sugar mix so even, and they mix so soft, right? So as you do that, you use, I don't know if it's called a spatula, to just remove the ones that are on the edge or are on the edge of the walls of the mixing bowl, right? So we're just gonna do that until it is so fluffy. Is it fluffy? Yeah, fluffy or creamy, or everything is dissolved. That is what we're going to do. So let's see what happens. Ta-da-da-da. Oh, let's see. So this cake was a cool one, y'all. This cake was a cool one. So you can see our butter is almost ready. It's almost having the consistency that we are looking for, right? So just ensure that your work is cool. If you have all the measurements, it's not going to give you a hard time. It always gives hard time when you don't have the full measurements that is needed, right? So I think everything is now like ready. Look at that. It is fluffy. Can you see it? Because initially we really had a yellow one, but we're gonna keep beating it until we get the desired consistency that we want before we start putting in the or everything that we have, like the milk, the eggs, the vinegar, So just ensure that everything is okay there. So after this, we are going to just mix everything. So I'm not going to like talk after this. Maybe I'm just gonna say how we are supposed to like put on the egg yolks and the what do we call the egg whites, right? You're not supposed to put them together, right? So I think our butter is now ready, so we can start putting in other ingredients. So I'm gonna start with the egg yolks, right? I just put them together at the same time because there was no way I was going to separate them, but just ensure that you beat them thoroughly, like you really beat them until they mix with the butter and the sugar together before you put in the egg yolks, right? The egg whites, the one that you already beat. So there we go. I'm trying to clean my mixing bowl, y'all. So let's go. So let us continue beating it until it forms it mixes so well, right? It evenly mixed. It is evenly mixed. That is what we're gonna do. So after that, we're also going to bring in after beating it until it is mixed up, we are going to bring in the egg whites, right? We're gonna bring in the egg whites after that. Let's see. Woo! There we go. So just take the spatula again and just see the way it is coming out without any problem. Like it is coming out just like that, like it's very nice, right? So after that, you also have to beat that until it mixes, guys. If you try this method, it's gonna give you a very fluffy cake. Just give it a try and just let me know how it comes out for you, if it really worked for you or if it didn't work for you, right? So after that, after mixing that, we are going to try to now mix the dry ingredients and the milk that we had, right? But before that, I always love like putting my vanilla in the beginning, just a little, because vanilla is always a basic essence, right? So I put vanilla um at the start, and then maybe when I'll be finishing, I'm also going to just put a little of vanilla there. So Here we go. So that is my heavy milk, heavy creamy. Is it a heavy cream milk? But it is a sour milk, so I'm not gonna use vinegar here. So remember the sodium, the bicarbonate that we had is what is going to break this milk. It is an acid, so is what is going to break this milk. That is the work of the sodium carbonate, right? Sodium bicarbonate, something like that. Yeah, so that is its work. So we're also gonna beat this until it mixes like just so well, right? So after that, let us see what happens. So after mixing that, so we're gonna come in with the dry ingredients. Our dry ingredient here is just the flour. Remember, we had already mixed the flour and the baking powder and the baking soda and the milk powder, right? That is what we did before. So after that, I just put a little vanilla. I added a little vanilla essence on it, and then I just put it like that. It is just 1 tablespoon and a half, right? So that is how it is, guys. So after that, I'm gonna mix it again. I'm just going to mix it again as I wait for to put in the mix. Yeah, I can't wait to put in the mixing ingredients here. I think if you have a stand mixer, it is so easy because you just put everything. Like you don't have to use a lot of force, but it is okay. I enjoy baking, so even using the hand mixer is just okay for me. So there we go. So from now, let us use the mix. Now it's time to add in the flour, the all-purpose flour. I have a sieve, so we're gonna use the sieve. The sieve creates a pour, like it makes it separates the flour, right? Do you feel me? Like so that it is not sticky. That is its work, unless somebody has another reason why we sieve them. But yeah, we also want to ensure that everything is mixed up. It doesn't just come in one lump so that it forms like um a very sticky particle on our cake. So after that, you just beat. But hey, ensure that you don't beat after mixing everything. When it is now time to just to mix the flour, don't beat it so much, because if you beat, we want that those pores, we want the sponginess. If you beat it, it is not going to come out the sponge as we want. So let us add milk as you beat, like beat it in a very very low speed, right? So we're gonna beat it in a very low speed as we add the flour and the milk one by one, right? So yeah, this cake is so nice. Like I really love this cake because it has a lot of things, and I've done it with a lot of with a lot of passion and a lot of keenness, So I just love it, and a lot of ingredients on there. So I just love this cake, and I really hope it is going to come out. It comes out so nice, right? It comes out so nice. But hey, if you have all the full measurements, you don't have to wait, or you don't have to worry about anything. So after that, you see, we are just adding one little by little as we alternate the milk. You add it little, you alternate the milk, you mix. Don't over mix it, because if you over mix it, it will come out like ugali. Like it's not going to give you the sponge cake that you want, right? So let's continue with the mixing. So sometimes I use the desiccated coconut. It's always so nice for me. I love the smell, and I also love the crunchiness in it, right? Yeah. So as you can see, we are finished with the dry ingredients. So we just want to do the final part of our making. So after this, so during your mixing, like when you just realize that it is almost time, you're almost finishing, just ensure that you put on your what do we call it, you put on your oven, so that when you're done mixing your batter, it is almost ready. So let the oven heat for 10 minutes, for at least 10 minutes, as a temperature of 350 Fahrenheit or 175 to 180 degrees Celsius, right? That is the temperature that we are going to use to uh, to bake our cake. That is the temperature that I always use to bake our cake. So sometimes it also depends with the heat with the energy within the oven that you're using. And then after that, I'm gonna use I put in my oil, my vegetable oil, right? I say the vegetable oil keeps the cake moist and fluffy too. So don't forget that. So after that, we just come in with the let's see if our mixing is ready. Let's test it. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. I love it. I love the consistency. I love everything. I love everything about my baking. So when I am finished with the baking, I'm just gonna like mix it a little more, but with a very low speed. As you can see, the speed at which my mixing my hand mixer is, it is a very lower. So after that, I just have to I grease my pan. Actually, I use a spray for greasing. I feel like it is more economical and it is so easy as compared to this other method. But hey, everyone loves whatever they use. You can use a parchment paper. You can grease your pan using just margarine and then just sprinkle some flour on it. You can also use just a normal oil, and then after that, what do? You grease your pan. So like me, I love using the spray because it has taken me for long, like it has served me for a long time, and it gives easy time to. So after that, I just take my mixture, I take my mixture and put it inside, transfer everything inside my baking tin. So that is my baking tin. So our cake was a 1 kg cake, right? But we're going to do like a 2 kgs. It is a 2 kg cake, but I wanted different flavors. Like this one was a vanilla flavor, and the second one will be um chocolate flavor cake. So that is why they're so separate. So after that, the our mixture is ready, our butter is ready. We have already transferred everything. I love this the China spoon because it almost takes everything from the bowl, like nothing remains. So I really love it. So after that, I always want my cake to be even. Like I just take the pan and then just beat it on the bottom, on the floor or on my board, and then I'm also going to create something like a reef there, so that when the cake tries to swell, is it swelling? When the cake tries to rise, it doesn't overrise, right? So yeah, our cake is there, our butter is there, everything is ready. So my oven was already on. So what I'm going to do is just to put my cake inside, my mixture inside, and then give it some time to just cook. I will cook it for 1 hour. So sometimes it is for 1 hour, and then the cake needs to be so dry, like to dry well the inside. So I might add like 20 minutes to so that it goes well. So here is our cake, and hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you.